Yes, I have started recording, and good morning to our course BTL 532, Environmental Biotechnology and Biosafety. Today we are going to talk on bioenergy, which is very important topic for Bangladesh and many other countries because we have been using fossil fuel as the major energy source to run the engine or to run the car or any other uh, energy requiring processes. But fossil fuel burning uh, is causing a serious problem called global warming, which is resulting in climate change. So global climate change is a big threat for agricultural productivity and sustainability of this earth. So bioenergy is becoming a very important agenda for generating renewable and sustainable energy instead of uh, the fossil fuel burning. So bioenergy, this is the outline anyway. But what is bioenergy and what is energy? Energy is the basic ingredient to alleviate poverty and socioeconomic development. Energy is like, blood in our body. So for the development of any country, energy is like blood for running the economic development. It is clear and well observed fact that the development of a given region or country is directly proportional to the amount of energy consumption. And unfortunately, Bangladesh is an energy starved country. Although we are nearly self sufficient in cereal production, food production, but uh, energy in energy production, Bangladesh is far behind than the required amount of energy we need. In last one decade, Bangladesh tried hard to generate different energy in various ways. Even a new project on nuclear energy generation have been approved, and now it is on the process of development. Even though all the quick rental and other coal-based energy uh, uh, system have been approved in our country, including nuclear energy. They have lots of side effects as well as danger associated with them because all of them are fueling to increase the uh, global warming as well as polluting the environment. But bioenergy is a cleaner energy, and it is more promising in Bangladesh. Countries where the per capita energy consumption is higher are at a higher stage of social and economic development. That means energy is directly related to the economic and social development. Higher energy is not only conducive to improve living standards, but also results in high literacy rates and better health because you can't run anything without energy. So energy consumption varies dramatically in different parts of the world. So, in the world, there are huge differences among the countries in energy consumption. World average annual energy consumption per capita is around 1,519, uh, um, you know, uh, a kilogram oil equivalent per capita. High income, what is in the high income countries? It is 5,228 a kilogram oil equivalent per capita. On the other hand, low income countries, you see How low? 250 only. 250 kg oil equivalent per capita only. That means the energy consumption uh, indicates the economic level of a country. Now, you are an agriculturist, you obviously know that what is biomass. This is very important question because biomass is the basis, raw materials, and source of bioenergy. So, biomass is a biological material derived from living or recently living organism. So it can be living or after the death of a living organism. So it is biological material. In the context of energy, this is often used to mean plant-based material, but biomass can equally apply to both animal and vegetable derived material. Mostly, bioenergy is generated from plant-based material because plant-based material, they contain high amount of cellulose because cellulose is composed of cellulose and many other compounds containing carbon, hydrogen, and oxygens. And the energy generated, for example, methane or other biodiesel, they are basically hydrocarbon. And you obviously know that why plant contains so high amount of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. 95% of diameter of a plant is composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. And it is because a plant have the ability to trap the solar energy by using a process called photosynthesis. So, the Food and Agriculture Organization defines bioenergy as all energy derived from biofuels, which are fuels derived from biomass, that is, matter of biological origin. The only natural renewable carbon resource known uh, that is large enough to be used as a substitute for fossil fuel is biomass because every day, even in your kitchen, you are releasing lots of biomasses. Even in our excretory system, we are releasing lots of biomasses. In our agriculture, we are releasing lots of waste which is basically biomass. So the sources of biomass are, you know very well, the sources of biomass are all water and land-based organisms, vegetation, trees, or virgin biomass, and all dead and waste biomass, such as municipal solid waste. This is very important. Municipal solid waste, biosolids, sewage, animal waste, forestry, agricultural residue, and certain types of industrial waste. So, if you are asked a question, what are the major sources of biomass? You must, notice these points. The size of global carbon sink, standing terrestrial biomass carbon used as an energy resource. That means the size of global carbon sink is approximately 100 times the global energy consumption annually. That means, terrestrial biomass is a big reservoir for, satisfying the energy demand of the growing population of this earth. A history of bioenergy use, whether bioenergy is a new concept or not. Actually, it is not a new concept. In ancient time, ancient people started their development in their livelihood with bioenergy. Even in currently, in Bangladesh, uh, in the village area, people use bioenergy as the source of their energy for cooking. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, biomass satisfied nearly all of humans' energy demand. So, after the Industrial Revolution, means the discovery of engine, uh, fossil fuel burning has been started in 17th century. So formation of biomass energy, how biomass energy is formed. This is a very simple, illustration. You can see the on the earth, uh, or the original source of any energy we can see is the sun. Sunlight carries the photon, and photon, hits the water molecule, and excite the water molecule, and water molecule gets excited, and goes to upper electron level, and it releases the electron by splitting into oxygen and proton, and that electron actually used in the photosystem too for generating the energy, NADH2 or ATP, through the electron transport chain. And in the photo dark reaction, it is called light reaction. Photosynthesis, consists of two reactions. One is light reaction. Light reaction actually trap photon and convert into energy. And the dark reaction, actually carbon dioxide fixation taken place, and carbohydrate, glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate is produced, and it is a cycle, uh, uh, and that cycle continues from the energy generated from the light reaction. So this is the main process in the world from where we get the solar energy. So plant capture the solar energy by fixing the carbon in its tissue via photosynthesis with the help of chlorophyll. So this is the simplified way of photosynthesis. But photosynthesis is not so simple. It has two phases. One is light reaction, another is dark reaction where carbon fixation is taken place. The source of carbon fixed in the plant tissue is obtained from carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. The photosynthesis process helps to remove carbon dioxide from atmosphere, converted to carbohydrate, not exactly first glucose. Glucose starts cellulose later on, but in the first stage, glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, and glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate then enters into metabolic pathway and then form different carbohydrates. Not only carbohydrates, those carbon, fixed carbon, being used in other biomolecules in the cell, even protein, lipid, DNA, RNA, and others. So energy capture efficiency significantly varies among the different plant species. For example, in case of rice, rice has energy capturing capacity is 1.04%, maize 1.94%. You might know that rice is C3 plant, and it losses some fixed carbon through photorespiration. But in case of maize, the maize has grange anatomy and other enzyme like phosphoenol, pyruvate, carboxylase, and other C4 enzymes that protect photo respiration. This is why almost double, solar energy capture efficiency. Sugarcane, more high, green algae, you see about 5 times than the rice. So scientists are doing research how can this and solar energy capture efficiency can be introduced from other organisms, higher efficient organism, to the rice. But anyway, you see, actually solar energy capture efficiency in the plants always less than 5%, and 95% are actually not yet captured. And we have now some solar cell system to capture very tiny part of the solar energy. And it is expected that future research will generate new technology so that we can harvest solar energy, because solar energy is a renewable energy and no harmful effects to the environment. So main feature of biomass, you can see sun, solar energy is the main source, and then carbon dioxide in the atmosphere participates for photosynthesis, and biomass is generated. And biomass, after harvesting, some of them are converted to, when you burn and cook as a cooking fuel, you use them, and then carbon dioxide is released. Similarly, natural production biomass in anaerobic condition can produce hydrocarbon like methane gas, and even in oxidized condition it can convert into the carbon dioxide. So this is the carbon cycle is continuing. Biomass, after harvesting feeds and foodstuffs, the grain, for example, rice and fruits that we are consuming, and animals are consuming, all animals are getting, carbon from the plants, because plant has the photosynthetic mechanism. This is why consumption with by different organisms, they release some waste as excreta, and finally some of them can be used. For example, cow dung can be used as fertilizer, and during use they can also release some carbon dioxide. Similar thing happens in case of other animal waste. Importance of bioenergy. Rural people of developing countries cannot reach modern energy for cooking. Even in Bangladesh, a large proportion of our people living in the rural areas, they are using biomass energy, that is called lakri, as the cooking energy source, or they are heating. Actual use of global carrying capacity of the atmosphere for carbon dioxide is carrying capacity approximately 2 ton carbon dioxide per capita per year. Uh, and one Earth contains 2 trillion carbon dioxide captured per year. The present emission, you see, 4 trillion carbon dioxide captured per year. That means, carrying capacity of the world is 2 trillion ton carbon dioxide. So, uh, 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 2 ton carbon dioxide, but present emission 4 tons. So in the atmosphere, uh, uh, our planet is becoming warmer, and it is a big problem. Present emission of industrialized countries is much more than the developing countries. For example, China and USA, they are contributing more than 80% in the total emission taken place in the earth. So bioenergy is considered carbon neutral, because if you release too much carbon in the atmosphere, global warming will be taken place. But bioenergy is carbon neutral. How? Because you can see the cycle. Plant, fix atmospheric carbon dioxide uh, by the energy generated through the process of photon uh, used in the photosystem too. And then this carbon becomes finally biomass, and biomass carbon through combustion of biomass, carbon dioxide is released, and carbon dioxide comes to the atmosphere. On the other hand, a plant, release lots of oxygen to the air during respiration process or during photosynthesis. Photosynthesis process, plant release carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide, coming, oxygen. Plant release oxygen and plant uptake carbon dioxide. So these oxygen are actually basis for respiration of all organisms, and they are these oxygen also used for burning anything. You cook something or anything, you need the oxygen. So oxygen is used in the combustion of biomass. Even burning of carbohydrate present in our cell, oxygen is required, and carbon dioxide is released through the TCS cycle or other things. So uh, it is cycling, and nothing is increasing in the atmosphere. So bio energy is carbon neutral. This simple cycle can tell us. So today, fossil fuel is from biomass. Actually, the fossil fuel, like petroleum, diesel, octane, whatever the commercial trade name is, they are actually uh, biomass fuel. But over the years of due to earthquake, big forest oil, went to the ground, and by anaerobic, the decomposition by the microorganisms, they become the hydrocarbon, the petroleum or like that. And we are mining and taking out those energy. That means also associated with biomass. So bioenergy use, biomass currently supplies about a third of the developing countries' energy, varying from about 90% in the countries like Uganda, Rwanda, and Tanzania to 45 to 50% in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, around 50% of the energy source, energy requirement are satisfied by the bioenergy, Bangladesh and India. 30% in China and Brazil, and 10 to 15% in Mexico and South Africa. And in the most developed countries like USA or UK, bioenergy use of bioenergy is very low. The crucial question are whether the 2 billion or more people who are now dependent on biomass for energy will increase, because population is increasing in this earth, and it is estimated that by the year 2050, the world population would rise from 7.3 billion to nearly 10 billion. That means energy consumption and food, requirement must be increased significantly. In that case, bioenergy, the use of bioenergy in a smart way would be an important and biorational approach. The fact that 90% of world's population will reside in developing countries by the year 2050 probably implies that biomass energy will be with us forever, because in the developed countries population is declining, but in the developing countries population is increasing. This is why 90% of the world population will reside in the developing countries by 2050. Residential biomass demand in developing countries is projected to rise from you see 771 million ton oil equivalent in 214 to 818 million ton equivalent in 2030. So huge demand of biomass would be increased. In that case, another big problem is land degradation, and land for cultivation is decreasing due to industrialization and other reasons, even climate change. This is why it is a big challenging issue. Bioenergy share of global final energy consumption, you see fossil fuel, a big share, renewables only 18.9, and nuclear 2.8% in the world. But among the renewables, you can see traditional biomass occupies the largest portion. Hydropower, biomass, solar or geothermal, water heating, biofuel, wind, solar, biomass, geothermal are less. So large proportion of the traditional biomass are satisfying the renewable energy worldwide. So, what are the sources of bioenergy? This is the last slide for today because some of the students are absent. Virgin wood from the forest, energy crops, agro residues, waste biomass, algae. For energy crop like jatropha, energy crop like sugarcane, because huge energy, carbohydrate are there, or algae, has the high energy capturing capacity. In many countries, algae have been used to generate bioenergy. And waste biomass, especially, municipal waste, agro waste, kitchen waste, they are, really very valuable materials. And if we can utilize them uh, properly, then we can get back the energy, present there. So this is all for today. You can ask some question.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
So I have missed some slide, but I have a question, sir. You have mentioned million ton oil equivalent, sir. What does it indicate? Oil equivalent, sir. I didn't
Oil
understand.
equivalent means, energy generated from different sources. But when you calculate how energy, unit is like uh, uh, watt or kilowatt or like that. From the oil, mostly in the world, different oil we used as a source of energy, even for making the electricity, running the engine. This is why oil is very rich in energy source. So whenever we consider any other energy source, then we consider oil, compare with oil. For example, horsepower. Engine is power is considered like horsepower because one horse, the power it has compared with the engine, how many horsepower. Similarly, in many cases, we consider, for example, sweetness of any matter. We consider with equivalent to sucrose. Sucrose is considered the standard. So oil is considered the standard source of energy. This is why equivalent means uh, equivalent you can understand, similar or nearly equal. Good question.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, I have another question, sir.
Yes.
Sir, photosynthetic efficiency. If I increase the photosynthetic efficiency of a plant, sir, will it proportionally increase the biomass energy or biomass of that plant?
Obviously, obviously, photosynthetic efficiency, for example, C4 and C3 plant. C4 plant has higher photosynthetic efficiency because they have Grange anatomy, they have different enzyme system for trapping the carbon, and they have very less or no photorespiration. As a result, their photosynthetic efficiency is high. So if you grow sugarcane and rice in the same field, and if you offer same, fertilizer and other agronomic practices, when you harvest, you will get much more carbon or biomass in sugarcane than the rice. That means if you can change the photosynthetic efficiency of rice, like sugarcane or maize, then you can increase the biomass. For example, scientists in ERI and many other countries, they are working on uh, conversion of C3 rice into C4. And if you browse in the net, it has been started several decades ago, but not yet been, fully established the conversion of C3 rice into C4. So Photosynthesis is a very complex mechanism and complex process. Scientists are still studying on this process for better understanding. If you know this process thoroughly, and if you know how to engineer this process, uh, that would be great. Even new technology can be developed. So nowadays, not only C3 and C4, another pathway, CAM pathway, crassulacean acid metabolism pathway, for example, pineapple and other crops, they have incredibly powerful, carbon harvesting mechanism. So engineering of all these, superior pathway is a subject matter of, in biotechnology and genetic engineering. You are right. Engineering photosynthetic pathway can increase the efficiency of, carbon harvesting mechanism by any plant. Even one day, we don't know if people can, develop photosynthetic pathways, smart pathway in the, how to say, mechanized way, not in the plant cell, outside the plant cell, like some as a technology to harvest the sunlight. That would get the Nobel Prize and would revolutionize in the, energy sector. And research on that line also going on. And now some people can do in the laboratory the carbon fixing by using, involvement of chlorophyll and other enzymes. But it is unusually expensive and unusually complex, and huge number of steps are required. This is why not commercially viable. But scientists are trying to do that, and if it is successful, then sunlight can give us enough and enough energy for the ever increasing population of this earth.
So thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Sir,
Next.
can I ask something, sir? I have a curiosity that, sir, if we, sir, suppose we increased a photosynthetic efficiency against global warming, we want to, sir, harvest the atmospheric carbon dioxide. Sir, when we use that, we also use the biomass energy. So if you burn the biomass energy, the carbon also releases in the environment. So how much efficient it is to produce high photosynthetic efficient plant against global warming, sir?
Actually, if you know the climate of different planets of the, solar system, you can understand. Carbon dioxide in our atmosphere is about 0.04% or like that. And this is why our the Earth is habitable. If carbon dioxide concentration in the earth is reduced to 0.001, then you cannot survive in this earth. It would be too cold and it would be terrible. So this is, we have to consider lots of things. But even though for human consumption or human use of energy and generate bioenergy, uh, if we develop the technology to satisfy the growing demand of human is a, single species. There are lots of other species who are releasing the carbon dioxide. Human, every moment we are releasing carbon dioxide and using oxygen. But fungi or termites. These two, group of organisms, they are releasing incredibly high amount of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. But nobody works on this because you cannot control all fungi in the earth or all termites in the earth. And it is a carbon cycle is a natural, recycling process because metabolic pathway in as well as geochemical nutrient cycling pathway, they are all linked. But what human needs to do, a human needs to do the job and research to generate energy as they require for progressing the development. And in that case, the demand of to satisfy the demand of human uh, uh, energy, if we develop any technology, uh, it would not dramatically change the atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration, because atmospheric carbon dioxide total amount is incredibly high, and it is not cycle is not regulated by only the human or other plant biomass or human excreta or human respiration. Lots of process are players are involved. For example, under three fourth of the earth's surface is covered by water, and in the ocean water, huge forest, huge photosynthetic organisms are there, and it is impossible to control, and they are also contributing and fixing the carbon dioxide, releasing the oxygen, and these cycles are continuous. So what we can do, a tiny change in the carbon fixing mechanism by the uh, plant can make a robust impact of our economic development in the earth for the Homo sapiens. Are you satisfied?
Yes, thank you. That's also.
Welcome. And you can ask any question, whatever in your mind. How about Fatima? Sumaya, any question?
Yes, sir, I have a question, sir. Sir, is there any limitation or disadvantages of widely use of biomass energy?
Yes, biomass energy. If you simply burn the wood or other plant materials, you will release lots of carbon to the atmosphere. But if you use, for example, smart use chula, or if you use biogas plant, then you can significantly reduce the uh, release of carbon to the atmosphere as carbon dioxide, which is linked to the global warming. Not only carbon dioxide, other gases like nitrogen and sulfur gases or like that, they contribute to the global warming. So biomass energy, how you are using is most important. For example, there are some, system for converting biomass into the methane gas, like biogas, and some other smarter system also. So that system is very nice in anaerobic condition, and that methane then you can use the as energy source. But finally, when you burn methane in presence of oxygen, carbon dioxide is released, but you are getting the benefit before releasing carbon to the atmosphere. And ultimately, whatever the ways you are using the biomass energy, after the use, carbon dioxide must go to the environment, but you are not directly allowing from biomass to air. In the middle point, you are getting the benefit. So biomass energy strategy always consider like that. How much best utilization we can do. Even in the Japan, have you heard about hybrid car, hybrid engine?
Yes, sir.
In Bangladesh also, hybrid cars are now available. What they do, when they burn fossil fuel, huge heat is generated, and that heat, uh, what they can do, they have the mechanism to convert heat into electricity, and then they use electricity to run the car. So from 1 kilogram, liter of octane, they can run a car 40 to or 50 kilometers. But in our Dhaka city, non-hybrid, we can only run 12 to 13 kilometers by using 1 liter of oil. Then you can see the smarter way of using the energy. So energy, when you burn biomass energy for cooking and other purposes, uh, heat it generates. And if you have a mechanism to convert those heat, which is used, small proportion is used for cooking, but large proportion heat is diffused to the environment. But if you can trap those heat and convert heat energy into electric energy, then you can increase the efficiency of biomass energy dramatically. And scientists are doing research how can do it. And already in case of fossil fuel burning, uh, hybrid engine is now one of the biggest success story. And it is obviously, how to say, uh, in favorable of mitigation of climate change. Good question. Any question?
Thank you, sir.
Sumaya, have you contacted with Rashidul and Yusha Islam Nazmul, because you and Nadia should communicate with them and participate in analyzing the whole genome sequences of blast fungus. Okay, so please do with Nadia
Yes,
very.
sir. Okay, sir.
Tanis Fatima, you are not hearing us, or you can hear but your microphone is not active to talk with us, right? Anyway, thank you so much for asking lots of interesting questions, Jahid and Sumaya, and thank you Fatima also. And we shall discuss more on bioenergy, uh, biomass bioenergy, and bioenergy scenarios in Bangladesh and all over the world in the next class. Until then, please have a good time. And coronavirus is the incidence is increasing, and winter is coming. So please take care of your health, and I wish you sound health. And I obviously expect completion of your review by the end of this weekend. Thank you so much.